Pilbeam, and this week we'll be discussing Argentina's bid to join the BRICS, the latest in the ongoing gas price dispute between Russia and Ukraine. I went boating this week, and Tim Kirby, well, he's back in the game. Now, the BRICS, let's start there, because the BRICS may have lost some of their sparkle since their first creation back in 2001, but it's still a club that emerging economies want to join, and the latest candidate is Argentina, which would make the BRICS the BRICS. But all of the members, which include Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, must agree to its acceptance. And so far, just 3 have done this. Russia and China are yet to express their views on the matter. So what's behind Argentina wanting to join the BRICS then? What is the country's chance of entry? Well, let's ask someone who knows all about it. Economist Daniel Bruno, who's actually based in Argentina, for us. So, Daniel, tell us, why does Argentina want to join the BRICS group then?
Argentina would be interested in joining the...
Nasty, why would the BRICS countries want to have Argentina then?
Well,
what about politics? Is that at play too, in terms of getting Argentina involved to make the BRICS more of a powerful force?
I would imagine so. I would think that they would be. Part of it is political because, especially now because of the sanctions against Russia, which is a form of economic warfare. And so Russia has...
Thank you for that view. We appreciate that. All the way from Argentina, Daniel Bruno joining us today on Venture Capital. Pleasure as always. Take care. Have a great day.
Likewise, thank you.
All right, moving on then. So Ukraine will have to stick to a prepay system now for its Russian gas. From June onwards, Kiev will pay for its gas in advance. Now this, it's hoped, will stop Kiev's gas bill debts of around $3.5 billion from escalating even further. Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev said that now is a time to stop mollycoddling Ukraine. Meanwhile, the EU energy chief said in Brussels this week that a provisional price for Russian gas could be negotiated with Ukraine by the end of the month. So it seems like the dispute will continue. We're going to be obviously watching all the movements as they occur. Now, we're going to stay with gas. We discussed Russia's plans to create its own payment system to rival Visa and MasterCard after the sanction ban issues with the US companies. Well, now there's a new Russian law that will charge the 2 card giants $3 billion in security fees to continue operating in Russia. Now, these fees, according to Morgan Stanley, mean that it could be unprofitable for both Visa and MasterCard to continue working in Russia. Now, together, they control 90% of the Russian payment systems market. That's a lot. Now, as well as strengthening ties with Russia, China wants to connect more closely to the rest of the world. Now, this is interesting. China is considering plans to build a high-speed railway line to the US. Now, according to Chinese media reports, and Russia and China are about to make history. And this week, I went on a river cruise and I spoke to Asia-Pacific diplomats while I was taking in the historical sites of Moscow. And I was asking why China is so appealing at the moment. And in terms of Russia, China, the gas deal that's coming up, is now the time for a compromise on price between the two. And this is how business is conducted here in Moscow. We're on a boat at the moment. We've got the sunshine, we've got food and drinks. It's all going on very nice indeed. This is the way to do it. But you know, serious business is happening because we've got delegates from the Asia-Pacific region, and they're all very excited because people are talking about the Russia and China trade deal. It will equate to $270 billion. It's been 10 years in the making. And what it will mean is supplying Russian gas to China for the next 30 years. Now, trade between the two countries is already way over $80 billion, and that's only set to accelerate. Now, I'm delighted to say that we're going to get over to the business desk now. We've got Tim. He is back. He was on suspension for being a very naughty boy, losing money, investing on stocks that didn't even exist. It was a bit of a nightmare all round, Tim. What have you been up to? You were in a bit of trouble. What have you been up to this week?
Yeah, although I do really like the way you say naughty boy with that accent. I do have to say that I'm very thankful that you allowed me to come back on the program. And so during my suspension, we invested twice in VTB Bank, the only bank in Russia that will give me a loan. And Russia Russia's money for me to buy a house, to put money down on a house in Russia.
Tim, I think if you got to be here a little longer. You've got to invest in stocks that exist for a little longer now on, Tim.
We're going to invest.
Trust you a little bit more than last week, and I hope you had a nice holiday and all of that. We did miss you. Good luck. Gazprom seems like a solid place to put your money. We will see you next week. Tim, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back as well. So Tim is back, and he's going to be holding the fort for me while I head off to China myself to follow all the latest developments in Shanghai. I'm very excited. My first time in China should be great. So I'll see you next week from Shanghai. Goodbye.